Yes. Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. I
Yes.
think participants has to join it. Yeah,
Yes.
they are joining.
Wait for a minute. And section 2 will be taken by Ashwini ma'am now. Ashwini ma'am, you again have to keep an eye on who's raising a question, because as I'm sharing my
Yeah, sure, sure, sure.
right.
Shall we wait for a minute or shall I start, ma'am?
I think you should start, ma'am.
Because it's already 7:40.
Yes, please.
Yeah, previous slide, ma'am. Okay, here comes the section 2. Section 2 heading is something like integrated classroom strategies, which we are doing it without knowing how we are going to work on it. Already we are implementing in our classrooms, but in our session today, we are going to see some points how it can be handled in a different and valuable way. So the first step comes like it is for nursery section and it is habit building and socio emotional development. Here it is teaching values like kindness and responsibility to social stories. Like instead of saying children like you have to behave like this, you have to be kind, you have to be very polite. Instead of telling them just in a words, we are going to say some stories and we are going to bring that habit and emotions in the child. And the second point is creative and play based learning. FLN activities. FLN activities is nothing but foundational literacy and numeracy. And alphabet or numeracy games. Here, the games can be conducted like when the child is telling alphabets. When it comes in vowels, instead of the letter vowel, the child has to say some toy name or some car name like that. And when it comes to numbers, like skip count of numbers you can take on. If it is skip count of 2, whenever the skip count of 2 number is coming, the child should not say that number. Instead of that number, the child has to say something else, like their favorite food item, favorite animal, something like that. In this ways you can make it a creative play based learning. And sensory physical development, it is sensory playstation, where grass motor skill works in kindergarten, like movement based learning and self expression activities. And the fourth one is safety and community awareness. It is educating children on good touch and bad touch, conflict resolution, and environmental awareness. Here, I just want to tell you a point. When we are teaching students about good touch and bad touch, it should be mentioned clearly. Sometimes some person will be about to help the child. Even that time, the child thinks it's a bad touch and it makes an issue. So we have to be clear when we are explaining about good touch and bad touch to the children, especially in the lower age. And next comes the kindergarten part. So the first one is socio-emotional skills through play. The first one is role playing, group discussion, storytelling, and empathy building activities. You can ask how group discussion can be given to kindergarten students. Discussion in the sense, give them some alphabet, let them talk about that alphabet what they know. In that way you can make group discussion so that the child becomes the perfect person to speak out. They will not have stage fear when they go to higher classes. And the second one is healthy habits and hygiene routines, lessons on nutrition and self care, including activities like my healthy plate and the hand washing song. Even my healthy plate can be displayed in front of the students as a video. And washing songs can be taught them. Most of the schools are following this my healthy plate one. Still we have to insist then and there to the students about these hygiene habits. And the third one is resilience and problem solving games like puzzle challenges, decision making exercise such as when to say yes, no, or let's try. So when you're asking something, few children will be like, shall I leave the class if you're continuously talking like this? Few children will definitely say yes. So we have to teach the children at this lower age when to say yes and when to say no. Next slide, ma'am. And next comes grade 1 to 2. And here the first one is storytelling and creative writing. And here we can encourage the students to reading programs, book journals, and storytelling sessions. They have to create their own stories. Even their lifestyle, they can make it their own stories, and they can tell in the class. Like that, we are going to give them opportunities to create what is in their mind. And the second one is positive reinforcement and discipline. Initiatives like kindness walls, peer appreciation, and behavior reflection sheets has to be done for the children. STEM and ons learning. Here it is engineering challenges, word building games. Like word building games, how you can say is, you can start up with the first child. The first child has to say a 3-letter word or 4-letter word. From that, the word which letter ends at the last. From that letter, the next child has to say some other word. In that way, you can give word building games and nutrition focused activities like in CBSE, we have one day in the month of September, I guess, Nutrition Day. So that on that day, children will not bring any junk foods. Usually in schools, we don't allow junk foods. Once in a week, we allow it. But especially, we have to focus on nutrition focused activities for children. And we have to tell them why it is necessary. And the next one, social awareness and cultural connection. Indigenous storytelling, gratitude collages, and community projects to nurture a sense of belonging and identity. They have to know some people, some parents, not people, some parents are like, they want to keep their child in their own comfort zone. They will never allow the child to know about the social activities, or they will never know the child to learn about the social awareness. But as teachers, as mentors, we have to involve all the students, and we have to let the students know about the social awareness and cultural connections of all the religion, schools, everything. And grade 3 to 5, the first one is debate and public speaking skills. Here comes enhancing communication and critical thinking. Here you can ask how a third standard children can give a debate. Here you can give a small topic, talk about the animal, which animal is how to say carnivorous animal, omnivorous animal, herbivorous. Like that, you can give topics and you can make the child to speak out. When they speak out, they will not have that communication problem in front of others in the stage. And next one is diversity and cultural storytelling. Understanding traditions, morals, and ethical values of foster compassion and inclusivity. Student led book clubs like peer discussion and shared reading logs. That is, this point says like they can read a storybook together, or else what one child has read, that child has to discuss it with the other child, or that particular story the child is going to explain or tell it to her or his friend. Next one, and on learning. Here, and on learning is gardening for environmental responsibility, weekly socio-emotional check-ins, and integrating music and art with numerical literacy. Like in YouTube, we have so many things like where music is integrated with maths, music is integrated with social, music is integrated with languages. So we can weekly once we can take the child to the AV room, we can show that videos to the children, and we can few children will be good in visual learning method. So for that visual learning methods, we can use this and-ons learning so that child will learn. Next one, ma'am. Grade 6 to 8, the first one is safety and awareness, cyber safety, digital addiction, and substance abuse education. So here, cyber safety, we have to teach them about the digital things also, digital addiction, how they are from 6th standard, almost from 5th standard it happens. Children are addicted to Instagram, children are addicted to WhatsApp. So we have to talk to them how, in which ways it is going to affect their studies as well as their lives. We have to create that awareness to the children. Personality development and leadership, like teamwork, problem solving, teach a skill, initiative like peer mentoring, making leaders. It is not going to be like here. I would particularly mention one point like leadership means it doesn't mean only for toppers we have to give leadership. Even once you just give a try for the child one who is having learning disability, like he will forget the things, he will not complete the classworks. Give the child leadership, and then you see the changes in the child whether it works or not. So leadership means it doesn't mean it is only for toppers. Leadership qualities can be given to the child one who is weak or dull in the class also. Then you can make improvement in that child. And the third point is student-led goal setting and reflection. Here, like visual boards, self-assessment, personal success and story writing, and letters to parents, a monthly student written update, fostering reflection and communication. Here, personal success personal success, when you have some value education on moral science classes, monthly once you can make the child to talk about his or her personal success in that particular month, so that when we are calling and asking them about it, it becomes habit, so they will try to go only towards the success. They will work more on their studies or the hobbies which they are interested. Next one is community engagement and social responsibility. Service projects with parent involvement and mentorship. Here, community engagement programs. For that programs, we are going to invite the parents. And we are going to let parents also to know about their responsibilities towards their child, and what the projects in the service projects, in the sense what the child is going to do for that particular year. Let the parent know about it. Next one, ma'am. Grade 9 and 10, career awareness and exploration.
Excuse me, ma'am, in the
Yes.
you said that we can explain that in the orientation program also as well, I guess.
Yes, ma'am. But for orientation, we will involve parents, right? The point is parent involvement. For orientation, without involving parents, we can't do it, no?
And what about the views? What is our views? We can just explain in orientation, I guess.
Yes, orientation in the sense the new parents is going to come. They are going to know the vision, mission, and rules and guidelines of the school.
Okay. And here you are telling about even the parents should also involve in such kind of a projects and help their kids with it.
Yes.
Okay.
Here I would like to add a point, ma'am. See, from the starting itself, from the orientation session itself, what are we doing, ma'am? We are bringing the parent, right? We are requesting them to come as a collaborator. And by the time we are preparing the teacher-led activities, you have already gained the trust of the parent, and now involving parent becomes easy for you. I hope your doubt is clear.
Ramya, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, here comes the next one. It is for grade 9 and 10. It is career awareness and exploration. Here, guest speaker sessions, or like speakers from outside, who's more, how to say, the person one who's experienced most. They can give some advisable sessions. It is not going, the children should not know that it's advice for them. Instead, some speaker is going and giving them some hints how they can plan their career, how they can select their subjects in the next upcoming years. In that way, guest speaker sessions has to be conducted. Student career projects, like in which particular subject or language or field they are going to go. On that basis, we can give some projects to the students. Internship opportunities in few schools like NCC and Scouts and Guides, like bulbuls are there, means there is some internship opportunities. Some particular hours of time they have to do their internship. That has to be encouraged. Skill building and profile building. Students should know to build their skills, and they should know how to build their own profile. Life skills and personal developments. Role plays on peer pressure, decision making, goal setting, discussions of confidence building, and risk taking behavior. Like few children will be like, I don't like maths, I don't want to work on it. No, they have to take a risk, they have to work out the sums, and they have to say that I have tried it, I have done it. they have to take risk. We teachers and facilitators, we have to motivate the child to take risk and work. Next is student-led research and initiative. It is podcast, mock Q and debates, and business startups. Digital safety and well-being, cyber safety, social media ethics, and bullying prevention. Next, here digital safety is, as I said, for 6 to 8. We have to make the children to know even the social media pages, or when they are addicted, it is not good. We have to insist the child in a kind way. If you say you should not do that, you should not do reels, you should not watch Instagram, if you say like that, definitely the student or the child will not listen. It has to be conveyed in a polite or kind way to the students. Then grade 11 to 12, career readiness and alumni parent talks. Student engage in career counseling sessions, mock interviews and networking with alumni and parents to gain real world insights, and summary reports shared with the parents. So here, each child is going to participate here, and alumni is like passed out students of the school can also participate and give some gist or suggestions to their juniors, so that the child will get some clear-cut ideas. Mental health and peer counseling teams, like school establish peer-led mental health support groups. Teachers track trends and provide insights to parents to encourage at home support. It happens especially when they write public exams. Stress management techniques, emotional resilience, and time management sessions to support student overall well-being. From 9 to 4 or from 8 to 3, child is with us. They are in our control. We know what they are doing. But after 3, after 4, at home, what they are going to do, how they are going to come up in their life, because that is the time where there is going to be a drastic change in every student's life. That is the time of 11th and 12th. So even we have to involve parents more at this time, and we have to insist parents to give one hand for us. We have to support the student. That is, as ma'am said previously, it is not we both, we three. Next, aptitude testing and career mapping. Teachers guide students through aptitude tests and career assessments, helping them align their interests with potential career paths. Parents receive personalized feedback and recommendations. Here, aptitude testing is like, it can be in the general knowledge also, it can be in how we are going to assess the child, like subject based also. We can give some aptitude test, and we can help the child to learn and grow more. Digital citizenship and cyber safety. Again, that same cyber safety is coming here also. Discussions on responsible online behavior, professional digital presence, and ethical social media use. Teachers document key takeaways for parents. In some cases, if some student is going in a wrong way, it is the humble request for all the teachers that immediately parents has to be insisted about it. It is not like, let me warn the child once, let the child get one opportunity so that it will not be repeated. No, once we found some mistake, it is our duty as a facilitator to intimate the parent that we are not, your child has done this, you have to take care. No, we are not going to say like that. Something we have found fishy in your child, so please have a look into it. We are going to just give a gist for the first time. Next is session over. In these points?
No, ma'am.
As in the last, the second section, we talked about what are teacher-led activities. Though we'll be providing you with more teacher-led activities, but now coming to the third step, which is enhancing parent engagement. Now, when we are talking about enhancing parent engagement, then parenting workshops play an important role, webinars, seminars, and obviously the workshops. Now, the very first question arises, how are we going to do that? So at the pre-primary level, this is, see, the young parents of this century, they are, very much into my child should be kept at the most comfortable level. See, there's no harm in keeping the child at the comfortable level, but while keeping the child at the level of comfort, we cannot ignore whether that child is reaching all the developmental milestone at the right age. Is the child able to develop some kind of emotional bond? Is, the child able to develop some kind of intelligence towards his or her own emotions? Is it like, what there are multiple parents who may be facing multiple challenges. They may have become parents for the first time. So some workshops which we are keeping especially for the pre-primary section should be crafted very meticulously. And for this, as CBSE has conducted the survey, so we as a teacher can conduct at the school level. Prepare some Google Forms where you can, incorporate all the problems which you think a young parent may be facing. And it sounds really, it is unacceptable for us as a parent to admit that, yes, my child may have some problem. I'm also a mother. If someone comes and tells me like your son is doing this, the first would be denial. So if someone has to actually make me understand and accept the fact that yes, there is something wrong with your child, I have to find some other way to communicate that to me, right? The other person. Similarly, you being teacher in the class is finding something is, going wrong with the child. The child was a very active participant but is not participating now. The child is not eating food. It's, not, it has a regular crying bouts, weeping bouts, and, pukes a lot and sleeps a lot or whatever. But, as a teacher, we cannot convey all this directly to the parent. So while preparing the Google form, add that problem in such a smart way that the parent is like, yes, this is something which I would want to be addressed by the teacher of the school. So this is how we tailor, or this is how we customize the workshops, because we are talking about need specific workshops. When we are talking about workshops, some workshops may be generic while some may be need based. So for the pre-primary section, for the primary, for middle and senior, every level, the pattern should remain the same. Some generic and some need-oriented workshops. Now, coming to the primary section, again, because this is the first transition phase, where the child may be, because, this is the stage where the child is developing in the terms of sexual development also. The child is getting curious to know all what you tried, what the parent tries to keep hidden the most from the child. So that inquisitiveness has to be dealt with smartness. How can we plan workshops which can sensitize not only the parent, not only the child, but the parent? Like ma'am said, because I'm a POXO torch bearer, and most of the schools, we conduct the good touch and the bad touch workshops. But what do we do? The good touch and the bad touch workshops are restricted only for the children. How are we training the child in the school reaches to the parent only through video of a minute or so, or some photographs? Why don't we conduct separate workshops or the same workshop wherein parents should also be sitting in that good touch, bad touch kind of the workshop? And then, because, most of the parents fail to recognize who is kind of, what do we call it as, lion in sheep's clothing. And so they hand over their children freely to, this is your uncle, this is your aunt, or he's my trustworthy, she is my trustworthy. No. While taking the sessions on good touch and bad touch, keep some separate slides where you can make parent aware that you should not be trusting anyone other than each other as a parent. So again, what are we talking about? We are talking about need-based workshop. Am I clear till here? Am I clear till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, this was just one of the examples. Again, it's a transition phase. The child may show some extreme behaviors. The child may not be interested in writing, may not be interested in learning, and may trouble you and parent a lot in multiple ways. So we as a teacher have to include parent as a collaborator, so that we first is identifying, second is acceptance, and third comes intervention. So for acceptance, you first have to make the parents sit and resonate with the thing which you are finding is a little troublesome in the child. Now remember, this is going to be the most difficult task for all of us, just because, as I said, it's a bitter pill to be swallowed by the parent, that my child is engaged in something which we have never practiced as a parent, or which we have never exposed our child, right? So this is what we need to make the parent understand: identify, accept, and then intervention, preparing the customized intervention. Then talking about middle and senior wing. Again, we have talked a lot about career guidance, we have talked about the workshops, and we have talked about multiple other things. Now, when we are talking about middle and senior wing workshops where we can include parent, we spoke about guest lectures also. Why can't we call the parents themselves, who are like kind of, already made their life, call the parents for periodic session? Sanskar Shala, a very good platform where, once in a while you can invite the grandparents, where they can be the part of school system, make them sit with children, all the classes like grade 3 to 5, where they can share their own stories, because a moral value to be taught to the child like that is a difficult thing. But if it comes in the form of a story, and that to someone with which I'm emotionally attached, it will work wonder. Similar at the middle and the senior level, where parents and children, the valley, widens, it grows in size. So calling the parent and telling them to advise the other people, this helps in inculcating the respect, more respect in the child. Whose parent are you calling for, his or her parent? You may call parents from different fields. You can just conduct some skill swap workshops where the child is actually teaching the parent, come on daddy, let me teach you, come on mommy, let me teach you how do we do coding in the school, and similar. No, so it is not that teaching should come only from a parent to a child. Turn it vice versa. Organize such things where the child is teaching the parent, and when the parent is engaged this way, trust me, he is left with nothing but appreciation for the school and for the teacher. Oh wow, I did not know the teacher is so capable, she has taught my child such a good thing. Am I very clear with this? How are we going to enhance the parent engagement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so moving to the last leg of this last section, again over to Ashwini ma'am. Ashwini ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Here comes our topic is enhancing parent-child bonding activities. The first point is organizing night camps. What is night camps? Here, overnight camp is going to be similar to the day camp. When it comes to a range of activities, it becomes a community and learning new skills. That is, the difference is the child is going to stay away from the home for a night or for 2 days. So that is organizing night camps and conducting competitions in school, which include parent-child teams. Like here, it can be happened as grandparents' day, parents' day, and storytelling sessions to foster deep family connections and a sense of belonging. So the child is going to share their thoughts about their families, and on grandparents' day, child is going to come with their grandparents. For on parents' day, like that, we are going to conduct some competitions for the students. And creating family trees. Here, creating family trees is like something we are going to make the child to do activities like hygiene relays, I can do it, self-help tasks, like mindfulness exercise and on heart projects, in addition to Grandparents' Day and Parents' Day, to strengthen the family connections and a sense of community. And the third one is Sankarshala. The Sankarshala is nothing but instilling positive values to the student and making the student to know about the cultural traditions and emphasizing Indian cultural practices to the child. The fourth point is bringing old games back in the practice. Which are the old games you are going to bring in the practice is like Coco, Kabaddi. Few schools doesn't involve those games in the schools nowadays. But bringing those old games back is also a activity which enhance the child from parent-child bonding. And next one is role reversal days. The role reversal day is nothing but children teach parents a new skill or subject which the parent doesn't know, but the child knows about it, so that the child is going to teach the parent or the grandparent, fostering mutual respect and belonging. For example, just we can take the example of a mobile phone. Then parents, child will be well versed in using the apps and so and so. So the child is going to teach the parent how to use it. And skill swap workshops. Here skill swap workshop is, it includes students, teacher as well as parents, reverse learning sessions on coding, music and academics. The next is inviting parents for sharing their experience with the students. It is like parents share their mutual bonding and understanding with the child, where parents and students work together to set personal, academic and extracurricular goals, encouraging meaningful conversations and self-regulations. And then the next come is arranging parent-led lectures. That is once in a while, at the end of the year at least, few schools are following these things. After the academic year, might be in the March beginning or in the end of March, few schools are following it, like teachers are going to be busy with their results or correction part, so that they create one PTA group, that is parent teachers association. The parent who are the part of that particular association is going to take care of the classes, particular classes, for few days or 1 or 2 days. It is happening in many schools. And next one is we can implement it so that the mindset and the aspects of we teachers will be different, parents will be different. So once in a while we can encourage for parent lectures also for the students. Next is engaging parents and children in well-being program. Like parents and students exchange heartfelt letters about life lessons, aspirations and personal growth, creating a meaningful scrapbook together. Parent-child activities for enhancing student self-esteem, efficacy, regulation and sports event. That is, on a sports day, inviting parents is must, so that even parents encourage the child by seeing that the child performs more. And meal times importance. Here, this meal times importance foster healthy eating habits and promote family communication. Most of the time, the family's communication place is the dining table or the meal table. Apart from that, everyone is going to be busy with their own work. So this mealtime importance has to be encouraged, and like enhance children emotional well-being and academic performance. In many houses, in many families, father will ask about the child's child's academic performance, child's behavioral issues, whatever it is there during that mealtime only. So that mealtime importance is must. Here we come to an end of our session. If Minu ma'am wants to add some points.
It's like you've already covered all the points, and best just I would want to add one thing. This meal time should be, which we are talking about, should be absolutely screen free also. And just a little thing I would want to add, don't make, just initiate the parent that don't make the dining table an area of tug of war. Because this is, when you're talking about, okay, how did you perform in the class today? What did you do? And this and that. Look at Mr. Sharma's son. He has done so good. Trust me on this, the child would never want to eat with you on that same table. He or she would definitely run away because my parent is going to talk about the same thing. So mealtime should be something where you are engaging your family and your child's well-being more into. So through multiple ways we can teach the parents this, and let's start this from our own classroom. When it's the break time, sit with the children and talk something else other than academics or achievements, or what did you bring today, is it healthy for you, come on, let's have some sharing party and this and that. So this is what I wanted to add. So with this, we come to the last section of the workshop, and we actually would really request if you people can share some of your verbal feedbacks over here. And other than that, we have already shared a feedback link in the group because the meeting is about to get over in just 3 minutes. So if anyone would want to give any feedback.
The session was very helpful to us, ma'am, actually. We are very happy with it. And I got many information as I'm a new teacher for kindergarten. So I had got many information how to handle it. Thank you so much.
Welcome, welcome. Jyotsna ma'am, would you like to share something? Inputs of each and every one, values, is very valuable for all of us, for me and Ashwini ma'am both. Jyotsna ma'am, would you like to say something? Meanwhile, there's someone with the name Welcome. Can you please unmute and share your thoughts on session? I really don't know what's the name, but it says Welcome.
Ma'am,
yes.
If you don't mind, can I just leave
Please,
class,
please.
this session?
Sure.
Yes, ma'am, you can read.
Okay, thank you.
I would. Yes, please. Go ahead, ma'am.
The session is very informative, ma'am. Actually, few things we are following in our school with our children, and many things I learned through this session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Ashwini, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much.
Thank you.